Hi, my name is Gergely Zachár. As part of the I-24 motion team, I am responsible for the camera system, the system and process management of our cluster, and large-scale visualizations. Now I will talk about our camera system. The basic building block of our camera systems are traffic poles. They are situated on the westbound side of Interstate 24 near Nashville, Tennessee. In this image, you can see a pole, how it looks like for the drivers. One single pole with one single camera can cover a relatively small area of the road, which is not really useful for tracking applications. In our system, an individual pole contains 6 cameras on a fixture called a beetle, and on some poles we have 2 beetles. These are usually near the intersections, so we can cover on and off-ramp activity also. An interesting addition that these beetles are fixed to a lowering device, which enables easy access to the assembly on the ground. With 6 cameras, we can cover a much larger area, which is useful for tracking. To make this area larger, we have 40 poles, which can seamlessly cover a roadway section of Interstate 24, nearly a 4.2 mile long. We also have 3 additional poles which were functioned as a validation system. High pole density is very useful because any road section is visible on at least 2 cameras, and this redundancy enables foul tolerance and higher accuracy tracking. In this slide, you can see the field of use of all of our cameras. The 294 camera produce a total of 1 terabyte per hour video, roughly. Video timing and synchronization is very important in tracking applications. High resolution and accurate time information is really essential for tracking. One reason is because vehicles move as much as 3.4 feet between 2 consecutive frames, and multiple cameras must be synchronized to be usable for tracking. In our system, all cameras are synchronized to a time server, which is referenced to a satellite system, which can provide accurate timing informations. Frames are timestamped so they can be used properly in tracking. In our system, video streams are ingested and saved to files before processing. This allows us offline processing, so our algorithms doesn't have to be online or real time. We can also store these video files for later use, for example, for reprocessing with the better algorithms. It's very important to note that normal video files are discarded after processing because we have a limited storage capacity compared to the high volume of the video streams. We have some privacy considerations. Therefore, we only keep the other video files, for example, for experiments. Infrastructure monitoring is essential at this size. We have more than 400 devices in our system. On the right side, you can see a monitoring tool. Green nodes represent active nodes which are reachable, while red nodes represent unreachable devices. This kind of representation and other monitoring tools enables fast reaction to problems and helps with diagnosis. Like in our example, we can see the cameras are not reachable because the switch before them are probably unreachable. Issues in our system are relatively common. For example, we have harsh environmental conditions for the cameras and the switches on the poles. We have power failures or network failures for different reasons. And sometimes we even have accidents like cars running into poles, which actually happened. Thank you for watching. See you next time.